So, let's see if that's true. Of course not. It says I don't have any videos. Let's go to YouTube Studio. Let's go to, we want the Creator Studio Classic. We want live streaming. I'm sorry, man. I fucking... Okay, I guess it's possible. I really don't think so, but I guess it's possible that I got the permission to stream on a different... Yeah, no, I did. I did. That's insane. Because I was positive I did it. Huh? Right. Okay, so this is my SlaterSon42 channel. I don't know why it says that my stream went offline a minute ago, but let's go ahead and I've got the server URL. Oh, here we go. Here's the test stream, which should be live. Yes, it is. Good. It is live. Wonderful. Alright, now, how do I send you... Oh my god, info and settings, maybe? I'm trying to find out how to, you know, let you get to see it. Exactly. Let's find out. Let me mute this so it doesn't start squealing on me. Share. Oh my god. You know, they just came out with because I have the Pixel, the Google Pixel. They have a PC, like, desktop interface for your texting. I haven't set it up yet, but this would be a perfect time to have set it up so that I could text you this link. I have the link, it's nonsensical, you know, it's not like a word or anything like that, so, but we're in good shape because, my channel, because I have the link. I'm just trying to bring it up. I'm trying to bring it up on my phone so that I can email it to you. There we are. Share. Messages. Dad. Sending it to you. So you click on that link and you'll be on the live stream page. Yeah, I heard it too. Okay. No, it's a text message. Yep. I did send you an email earlier, but it was not the correct thing. Or it was the link that got you to the Draw Blood page. Oh, click on it and open it up in YouTube on your phone. then close it, then go on your iPad and go into your history, assuming that you're linked to the same YouTube account. So from your text messages, click on the link. Okay. How to? Oh, okay, I got you. I'll tell me when you're ready to do that, and I will let you know how. So you want to tap the screen where the video's playing, and that will pause the live stream. And then you should be able to press your home key that takes you back to your home, page of your, like the desktop of your phone. And then there should be some kind of notification or like icon for the phone call, like on the corner or the sides. So click that, and you should be back to the phone call in full. Cool. Your tablet. Right. So open up the YouTube app, and have you signed in to your? Okay, so you're just doing it through the browser. That's fine. So as long as you're signed into the account, the same account that you use on your phone. So just go to your history. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. When you get to the YouTube homepage, it is on the there's the little sidebar on the left that starts with home, trending, subscriptions, library, and the fifth one down should be history. Click on that. Yep. There you go. We're in business. So that it's free. Cool. Fantastic. Yeah. Well, I will admit that a small part of that is that I had the wrong channel, but that still would have only shaved like 5 minutes off. So, yeah, so what you can do if you want is mute the iPad, if you want. You can mute either one if it gets distracting hearing my voice, twice. Okay, so, this is the photo mode, and I have it set up to take a picture, and I've been messing around with the different filters and the different the tint and contrast and saturation and all that stuff. So I wondered what you thought of the picture, and I have a couple of settings that different things I can try. And see, sure. Yeah, no worries. I've been making some progress on this. I kind of went through a series of games that I got halfway through, and the next game came out. So the prequel to this game, Assassin's Creed Origins, came out around my birthday in 2017, and I played through probably 3/4 of it, and got distracted on other games and got busy working and different stuff. And so by the time that the release for this game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, came out, which was around my birthday 2018, I had to really buckle down and hurry to be able to finish Assassin's Creed Origins in time for this to come out. So sometimes it takes me like a full calendar year to finish a game, especially one as long as these games are. Um, so anyway, so basically, this last year was kind of a gold mine. 2018 was a gold mine, like a great year for games. Like there was a bunch of really great games that came out, and pretty much every game I got, I haven't finished. I got God of War and started that, and then Detroit Become Human came out, and so I wanted to play a little bit of it as soon as I got it, intending to go back to God of War and finish it first, but then I got sucked into Detroit, and then Spider-Man came out during the summer, and the same thing, I got about good halfway through it, and then Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out, got sucked into that, and then Red Dead Redemption 2, which I wasn't even going to buy, but then hearing about how amazing it was, I ended up buying it, and I was 40 hours plus into Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and just never really went back to it until this last week. And so I kind of have been going over the story again. Instead of taking my time like I did the first time, like really trying to get through the story, power through it. So then I'll pick back up the other games and try and finish those as I can. But I've been having a real fun time doing it and just really getting into the story. Oh man, there's a great side quest that I'd love to show you. I'll have to see. I've already done it, so I'll have to see if I have an old save file. Anyway, let me know when you're looking at the screen and can. Okay, so what? Here, I'll take the grid off. This is a preview view. You'll see it in a couple of seconds, and you let me know what you think of the picture. I'll kind of show you some of the different filters, and you tell me what you think of the different filters, and you can adjust it and stuff. And then let me know what you think of the framing too. I can move the camera. For example, my character is on the boat at the helm of the ship, and the camera starts out behind her, and then you can move it around from there to take pictures. Pretty much about as far away as you can move the camera. Yeah. 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 Nice. Thank you. Yeah, I was cruising by. There's a big series of islands. The map for this game is amazing. It's huge. But there's a series of islands, and I was cruising by on my way to somewhere else, and I saw a statue of, some animal. And usually, if there's a statue, especially at the coast, it's like giant and imposing. And so it kind of struck me as weird, and so I just kind of slowed the boat down and went into photo mode real quick to. Sometimes I'll do that just to move the camera closer to the whatever it is to get a better look at it. And so that's what I did, and then I kind of turned the camera back around and just saw how kind of cool of an image that was, and so I framed it. And with the grid on there, and especially the cool part is you can cycle through different grids, which I think is really cool. Helps you for framing the picture. But the horizon is exactly at the bottom third, like the line of the bottom third of the... It really helps you frame stuff. And I know that there's kind of the rule of thirds in framing and stuff like that. In other words, you don't usually want to have your central subject in the center, dead center. you know, usually have it off to one side, a third on the left or a third on the right. So yeah. So I'm moving the camera around for kind of a different frame, just to kind of see if I can. And if you have a suggestion or a thought, you know, let me know. I'll move it around a bit. But that's kind of, you know, that might be something interesting there. Um, yeah, right. So you can collect different. You have a carpenter who upgrades your ship as you get the supplies to do so throughout the game, and then you can collect different figureheads. I have the eagle figurehead right now, and then there's all. Uh huh. Right. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I had the decision once I saw kind of how awesome, like majestic it looked. I had the decision of whether or not to include the rest of the beach. Like I could have framed it like more like this instead. Um, hang on one second. I'm getting a call. Hello. Okay. All right. Great, man. I'll be right there. Thanks. All right. I have to run outside real quick. I'll just be 1 second. Okay. Pop. Okay. All right. Thanks. Alright, I'm back. Hello? Can you talking to me? Were you talking to me just then? Oh, sorry, I only caught the last part of it. No, I don't think so. I mean, you know, you're like driving down to the gas station could potentially bite you in the ass. But yeah, beyond. No, 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 nope. Nothing that you wouldn't do. So, all right. Anyway, as much fun and as fascinating as the photo mode is, and I might show you a couple of filters real quick before we get out of it. But while we still have time, let me show you some of the actual game. Real quick, I'll switch over, and these are some of the filters and the different. Oh, the one thing that I was gonna show you was that kind of the framing that I had here, like right about here, as far as the sun, it's called bloom, so you can turn that up and turn it down. Yeah. Right, exactly. I wanted to make sure that you could see um, the eye and the detailing on the outside of the ship. So I'll just go through some of the frames real quick, or some of the frames, some of the filters. I mean, I hadn't really, I hadn't really thought about it. I just, the photos get shared, so you can see everybody's photos that everybody takes, and I just the black and white, the one before that. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Definitely, I use that one a lot. And then this one, and then this one are two that I use a lot. Not necessarily for this shot, but as far as work in a lot of different environments. Again, turn the bloom down just a smidge. I would maybe turn the exposure down or no, maybe the contrast up. And then the saturation we want up just a smidge. No, we actually want it down. No? It's probably good where it is. Pull the tint back a smidge. The temperature we want to come up. There we go, that's better. Pull that green back just a bit. And the saturation, now we can pull it up a bit. Oop. Right about there. And then maybe pull a little vignette on there. Noise, fog. You can add fog in, which is pretty crazy. Anyway, what do you think? I'm going to take the picture if you think it's legit. Yeah. Alright. Cool. Consider it tooked. Alright, so at the present moment I have to take this guy who is basically a political refugee. Um, he's a friend of Pericles, and the faction that is against Pericles have trumped up some like murder charges or adult. No, it was embezzling, I think. Oh wow.
You don't have to do that.
Do what?
I think there might be an Athenian blockade trying to keep me, because that's all those blue sails are.
Very
You
often.
can be free.
Yes, free.
Oh, maybe not, because they're not attacking me.
Although I've begun to feel a bit sick.
Lean over the side if you need to. Otherwise, you're doing it.
Oh yeah, so you have different themes and stuff you can get. So this is the eagle,
We'll reach
the
that
sail,
before-
and head figurehead, masthead. But you can change them up and stuff like that. It changes the coloration and the shields and banners and stuff on the side of the boat there. It changes all that stuff up.
Ready the oars!
So we're just gonna dock and finish dropping this guy off. And then I'll show you some of the islands and stuff like that. You can recruit people to be different lieutenants for you. So instead of just killing all of your enemies, if you knock them out and then once the fight is over, you can offer them a job on your ship as a lieutenant. And so you have a certain amount of slots for lieutenants, and each one has different specialty, whether it's increasing the efficacy of your arrows and javelins, or if it's, giving your rowers more endurance.
The kind and thoughtful hero you mentioned in your letter.
I'm glad I could get him out alive.
And for that heroism, I found some information on a man named Grayson who's plotting Phidias' early demise. Hopefully you can
Yeah.
make something of this group.
Yeah, definitely pushing the graphics.
Give Pericles my thanks and my farewell. And be careful. I still believe many in Athens are in danger.
That's everything Pericles wanted.
This guy is the famous sculptor Phidias,
Find out what these Athenians know about my mother.
who sculpted the great statue of Athena outside of the Parthenon. Yeah. It's really... I mean, Origins last year was great. This is just a step beyond that, I think. Oh yeah, something else that blew my mind. Oh, there's a beach right over here. Okay, I gotta show you once we get to the beach. If you just look at the
Thank you again. Don't forget to come see
if you look at the footprints that you make in the sand, I mean, I can vividly recall when... What game did it first? It escapes me right now, but I'll think of it when I'm not, occupied. The first game that had footprints that actually were, like, dynamic, like, showed up in the right place that you walked, and, stayed, as opposed to... Like, it's nuts. Like, I can put a footprint in a footprint. They're dynamic, like totally dynamic. They're not just like some texture or some asset that they stamp down. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Fucking A. Yeah, oh yeah, it's some of the best looking, as far as physics and motion of it. Like, there's a surf, and you have to, dive or bob under the incoming waves. And dude, when you're out in like stormy seas in your ship, it's like rolling your ship around with these, like, they have to be 20, 30 foot high waves. It's nuts looking. So far I've been to Athens. I've seen Sparta, but I haven't really gone through Sparta. But Athens is so fucking huge. I can't even... That's where we're gonna go. You're gonna lose your shit. That's where we're going, is Athens. I'll just fast travel there, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. It'll take me a minute to get there with the fast travel and stuff, so you go ahead and yeah. Yep. Yes, indeed it will. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, go for it. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, he knows it's coming. Yeah, trained him to have patience. At least some of that stuck with him. So, what I did was I fast traveled to a spot kind of right outside Athens, and we'll ride my horse in so you can kind of see the, you know, the view coming in. Yeah, take your time. It's gonna take me a minute to ride the horse there, so. I just came out of the loading screen a second ago.
I swear on my life and the lives I will take from others, I will not fail the cosmos again.
So, this, So, the antagonists in this game are, this cult, that has its hands in, you know, everything. Politically and, you know, economically, etc. And so there are 7 different kind of factions within the cult. Each one with like a leader and like 5 kind of subordinate lieutenants. And so you have to take out each of the lieutenants, and each lieutenant gives you a clue as to who the leader of each faction is. And only once you find all 5 clues to the captain can you, or to the leader of the faction, can you unmask who the leader of the faction is and then take him out. 7. There's 7 factions with 5 lieutenants and a captain in each faction. Five times 7 clues, yeah. You alright? I think it's 45 clues. You okay, man? YouTube.com, then your history in the sidebar. This is the screen with the cultists. So basically, that's the mystery leader of the cult. This is the kind of general leader of their like military branch, kind of. Then each one of these, this is the eyes of Cosmos. So they're kind of like spies dealing information and stuff. The Silver Vein, so they deal with like the money, the economy side. The Peloponnesian League, so they're centered around Athenian politics and stuff. The Delian League, which centers around like Spartan / the other allied groups against the Athens. Then there is the pirates, the gods of the Aegean Sea. So they're basically like a coalition of kind of pirates dealing with the maritime stuff. Then you've got the worshippers of the bloodline. So these are kind of like one guy has co-opted the followers of Ares, which is this like radical cult. So he's kind of infiltrated them as a cult leader and kind of co-opted the entire not message method, MO, motive. What's the word that is like the reason that they're doing stuff? Not motive. The purpose of the cult, sure. The purpose of the cult, not the motive, like how they do stuff, but like why, their passion, their purpose, their whatever. He's kind of co-opted that. So in those dark days, none were safe from it's called the cult of Cosmos. None were safe from Cosmos' reach, even other cults. The followers of Ares had become intoxicated by Harpalos' passionate preaching. He promised them blood and flesh to eat. In return, they would be his army of monsters. So, right? And then there's the heroes of the cult. So these are like, I'm pretty sure one's a gladiator, like the kind of champion gladiator in the arena, which I still haven't gotten to yet, but I'm about to. They're like individual, like really particularly good warriors or mercenaries or whatever. So they all the 7 branches kind of have a purpose, and but they're all kind of in somewhat competition with each other within the cult. So it's very interesting. Yeah. But I like it. It's much more of like a mystery where you're getting clues, you're tracking down suspects and all this. Hang on one second. Hello? 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 You're just breaking up really bad. I can't hear what you're saying. If you're wanting to come over, you're welcome to. But I'm on the other line with my dad, so I'm gonna go. But if you're coming over, feel free. All right, see ya. Hello. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway. I'm just trying to clear out some of these notifications. I don't know why some of them are highlighted, because it shouldn't be. Oh, there we go. There's one. Reach Pericles' home. Alright, we're not going to do that right now. Okay, so here's the map. Of the game. It's fucking huge. So we just sailed in the video. We sailed from, I think from, yeah, right here is where we took the picture. And we sailed to this island right here. And this is the size of the map compared to that. Yeah. So you start out here on this island in Kefalonia, where basically you washed up as a child. Your dad was a important Spartan general or something and threw you off of a cliff because the Oracle of Delphi told him to. Yeah, not before, of course, letting a priest throw your little brother off of a cliff too, but that's a whole different ballgame. So basically, you're trying to figure out, like, this guy shows up and puts out a contract on your dad's head. You don't know it's your dad at the time, just some Spartan general. And so you take it because it gets you a ship and it gets you off of the island. And then once you get on the ship, basically you save the captain's life, and so he, puts the ship at your disposal, and you tell him somebody wants the Wolf of Sparta dead, and he goes, what if somebody want Nicholas of Sparta dead? And you have this big flashback, that's that whole scene, and she basically is like, get me to the place we're supposed to go and step on it. Like, I was wishy-washy about this before, but we're going with a purpose now. So, that takes you to Megaris, which is this small kind of region here that gets you acquainted with the faction system and the conquest battles and such. In each region there is a leader, and over to the right hand side of the screen in the middle it has the name of the region, which is Megaris, the name of the sub-region within the region, and then what faction, Athens or Sparta, is in control, and then it has how fortified their position is, like how strong their rule of the place is. And you can weaken that by killing that faction's soldiers, by infiltrating their forts and stealing from their supplies and their national treasury. And once you weaken their control to a certain level, the soldiers will actually abandon the leader and he won't feel safe in his fortress anymore. And so he will hole up in a smaller place with a smaller number of guards, making him easier to assassinate. Then that leaves them vulnerable to invasion, and you basically choose to either defend or to attack with the invading army. And there is a 150 versus 150 character conquest battle on a predetermined battleground. NPCs. Not people, but like NPCs. Yeah. Just 150 on each side, AIs going at it with each other. And there are designated captains on each side, and like every soldier based on rank is worth a certain amount, and there's basically a health bar for each side, and the side whose health bar goes down first, all the way down first, loses. They lose morale and run off the battlefield and such. So, unfortunately, they didn't integrate this mechanic into the storyline, the functionality, like super well. So you are a mercenary, like a sellsword. So on one hand, it makes sense that you can fight for either side, but on the other hand, like, there's very little play or weight to who is in control beyond like, for example, if you help Sparta take control of Megaris, which is what you're supposed to do with the story, Athens or Athenians in the neighboring province aren't going to treat you any differently. So it's just because it's an independent system, and they didn't integrate it, like I said. So it's just a huge missed opportunity. But with everything else they've done with the game, I can't imagine how much more work that would have been. That's why I wish they'd take more than a year to make a game. You know, I mean, they did take like 2 years with this one, but still, you know, it just, anyway, that's just a little gripe of mine that I think was a missed opportunity. Anyway, let's get on with the gameplay. We're heading into Athens. We are in a surrounding farming community where we landed, where I first landed when I first came to Athens in the story. And we're basically just heading in. This takes place in the 5th century BCE. So, like I said, it's, hang on, I wanna, what? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I know I'm close to something, I don't care. This is, kind of in the heart of the Peloponnesian War. So, we have Athens, over here in the background, this giant walled city, and then you have the Spartan camps who are actively besieging Athens. So one of my objectives is to take out the commanders of these camps to kind of sow disarray and confusion among the ranks.
Let's go.
So then you have to kind of come around to the other side to get into Athens. But it shows you, I'm going to come around here, and it shows you kind of the, like the war zone, the demilitarized zone between their camps, and the, there's just a dude, like, walking.
Off we go now.
It's kind of funny. Probably didn't happen in real life. There's just this, like, battleground where they've tried to breach the walls numerous times, and the walls have stood, etc. I mean, the Athenians held out for, like, years because they had the superior navy in the entire Mediterranean, if not the entire world at the time. And so they were able to basically wall off and fortify the walls around the entire city from coast to coast, around the whole city, so that, and because the Spartans aren't a huge naval power, they weren't able to blockade the harbor, so Athens was able to, you know, just come and go as they pleased, just had to be by water. You know, eventually, like, you know, ships started falling apart because of the civil unrest, and there was a big, as there often is, as there often is in, when you're talking about sieges, there was a plague, and famine, and, I mean, the famine, like I said, they figured out a way to essentially, mitigate Athens, oh wow, that looks like it wasn't pleasant.
Let's go.
Spartans in the Delian League were able to mitigate Athens' free use of their harbor. But, you know, basically it was the fact that Pericles, the, you know, leader of Athens, democratically elected, knew that it would be suicide to try to fight a land war against Sparta. Hang on. Hello? Hello? Okay, I'm coming. Be right there. Alright, I'm just letting Daisy in. Hang on. Say hi, you can hear you.
Hello.
Here, let me turn the speaker on. He said, hi, how's it going?
Oh. That's good. Hello.
Daisy's on break at work, just stopped by to... So she...
It's busy. Got all haircuts today.
Is that dog groomer, I think I told you? So...
I had a snubbly today.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, multi-poo. Yeah, she gets all shapes and sizes.
You got ones that look like potatoes and ones that look like pumpkins.
Any that look like anything other than vegetables? Or squash?
A walrus?
A walrus, okay.
Yeah,
That works.
a real big chest and like a small back. Yeah.
And the haircut helps, I'm sure, giving them the whiskers like a walrus. Like the Scotty cut. So Daisy's a big fan of Assassin's Creed games as well, but she played a lot more of the original ones than I did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start playing a new one.
Yeah, I just let her borrow Origins, the prequel to this one, the Egypt one.
Oh, okay, got it.
She hasn't played through that one yet, so. But, because she's been over here while I've been playing this one, it's gotten her wanting to play,
Okay.
you know.
Something.
Yeah, play one of them. So, anyway, let's get back on with it now that I kill all these wolves, etc.
Can you see what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube right now.
Oh, okay.
So, Jesus Christ, there are a lot of wolves. Let me switch over to my... God damn it. I tripped on... Those are impaled skulls.
Oh, very nice.
Right? Jesus Christ. Alright, how much farther do we have to get around to get to the open part of the city? The other thing that's kind of messed up is that they have like a restriction on how fast the horses gallop. So they gallop slower when they're in basically like city limits. So I can outrun wolves when we're out in the country, but when we're this close to a city, the wolves can actually sprint faster than my horse can run. Which is stupid. It just makes it infuriating getting around in cities. Because if you're trying to do something fast, it's like...
Cities basically have always had speed limits, and they've always been annoying. You just don't get chased by wolves now.
Right, right, exactly. That's, I guess, what they're trying to replicate here. Anyway, these are the giant-ass walls. That's kind of shoddy. You see that seam? That, like, really noticeable-ass seam? That, like, light is coming through? That's... I'm stopped in front of it right now. There's a little delay. Can you see that little line that where they repeated the texture? That's bad. That should not.
Those were controls.
Well, oh, like it was some interface on the screen or something?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, it is just really... I don't know. I mean, 90% of the work is, you know, really good, impeccable. And then every once in a while you see something like that. I guess maybe... Huh?
I say that reminds you that it's a game.
Yeah, because you do need the reminder.
Can't
I'm,
always be perfect, Alex.
right. You just can't always be perfect. I guess that I'm guessing that they didn't count on a bunch of people running around the backside of Athens like this, because there's nothing back here. I'm just going to climb the wall.
Swords would have
Who would have?
The Spartans.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a big part of it.
Wow. So okay, so we made it. Come on. It's not wanting to. The resolution isn't buffering to the next level, but we basically have made it. We came in right here,
Okay.
where my cursor is. I'll wait until. Let me know when the cursor stopped moving.
Just cut out for a minute. Okay.
And then this white line basically is the wall. So we went all around that way.
Wow.
That's how far we ran or went on our horse.
Huh.
So, as opposed
There's
to,
a lot to cover in that little time. It's just hauling ass.
yeah, it is a far distance, but it's also like in compared to how big the entire map is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's friggin' insane. I didn't really realize how big of a mountain hill thing that Athens is built around, but I'll show you in a second here. Here, let me get Icaros.
So I've been building a neighborhood instead of like every other freaking game
Yeah.
I see or movie that I see where everything's flat.
Uh huh.
And they give it elevation. So I'm trying to figure out the elevations so that they work consistently on different yards, streets,
Oh yeah.
parks and stuff. Oh my gosh. I can't believe what those guys must go through.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why a lot of people do flat,
Yeah.
flat neighborhoods.
I don't care. Something with contours, I'm not gonna do it.
Right? Do it right or don't do it at all.
Yeah, I was driving around and saw all these hills and stuff. I thought, man, that's what I'm missing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Gives your neighborhood a lot of personality. Like your neighborhood, for example, even though it's not exactly hilly, but it does have slopes and stuff like that to it a lot more so than most neighborhoods in Phoenix do.
True. Yeah.
It does give it a lot of personality. So anyway, we basically climbed the wall over here by the harbor.
Okay.
So we're gonna come up from the harbor through the poor district,
Okay.
then kind of through the I guess kind of the marketplace. They actually have a prison.
Okay.
They recreated this legit building for building for the most part.
Wow.
According to records and whatever they have. I just did not know that they had actually put the fucking prison in. This city is so fucking huge. Like Alexandria in Egypt in the last game was huge and sprawling and amazing and an undertaking. This has to be 3 or 4 times bigger.
Yeah.
You remember when I showed you Alexandria from the last game, right? With the lighthouse and the
Yeah, I do. I remember this. The lighthouse was awesome.
it was super amazing. But they have these in this game. They have these randomly generated or what do they call them? Not randomly generated, but procedurally generated quests. And they will be okay. Just get my bearings here. They're basically.
We got about 5 more minutes.
Well, that basically goes to what I'm talking about. These quests have a 24-hour time limit, so when you take them, you have 24 hours real time to complete them.
Oh, real time.
Real time, yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of these ways that it engages. There's a new contract on a mercenary or a mercenary ship every week. Every week there's a new one. And it's like live, goes live every Tuesday for every player. And then there are also like daily and weekly quests and stuff like that that are shared among everybody. In other words, I'm guessing, yeah, they do patches and updates like fairly regularly, like once or twice a month. And so I'm guessing that they're all on there, and then they just like make them go live. You know. So anyway, the point is though, like the last 2 days, the daily quest, because specifically with the daily quests and the weekly mercenary missions, you get this special kind of currency that you can use. There's a special currency and a special vendor, and the vendor sells stuff from their online store that you buy like DLC with for like real money. But there's a way to earn the stuff in game. So that's what some of the daily and quests and the weekly mercenary stuff is for. So it makes it, gives you an incentive to log on every day and play do the quest. The last couple of days, I kind of forgot about it or kind of put it off, and then I end up getting up. It's 7 a.m. every day is when it refreshes our time. So I will wake up at, say, 6:30 or 6:40 and realize, oh shit, I have 20 minutes to do this quest, and I hadn't even gotten it yet. So I have to fast travel to Athens. The loading screens, of course, are interminable. Then I have to actually, receive the quest at, the message board. Then I have to, you know what? I'm going to fast travel. Then I have to you have to go to the person who put the message on the board and receive the quest, get the details on the quest. Then you have to go complete the quest and go back to them for the reward. And I just told you about the speed limit on the horses and how giant the city is, especially because I haven't been in the city long enough to, know where to go. What turn to make and stuff. So you keep getting turned around and lost. And if you just follow one of the streets, you can go for literally real-time 10 minutes and not realize, you went the wrong way or,
That would suck.
They clocked it because one of the kind of, level up strategies is to just go around the wall of the city in a big circle. And, there are, weapon racks that you can get new weapons at, and you kill all the guards and stuff, but it takes 15 to 20 minutes to make it around the entire wall of the city.
Oh, man.
In real time, it takes that long. So anyway, here I am. The fast travel point
You
is...
can't climb the wall instead of going around it.
You can. What I'm saying is...
If you were to go around it.
That's the point, it's a strategy to level up, to take because there's guard houses every so often that have a guard you can kill for experience points and a weapon rack that you can get free weapons at. You can either sell those weapons or sometimes you get a good one. But anyway, I'm on top of the statue of Athena in front of the Parthenon. It's kind of at the center of the city, so you can get a good view of the whole city sprawling out around us from here.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
That's the famous, Parthenon with its super interesting geometry to it. The pillars...
I went there.
Oh, you went there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
I went to France, Greece, and Italy. I went to everything cool.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Greece is one of your favorites?
My hair was awesome. The humidity was
The,
actually
the
good.
humidity made your hair awesome. That's...
Yeah, whatever fucking weather.
Oh, yeah.
Where would you like to go, Alan? You could go somewhere.
Greece would be cool.
Yeah.
We went to Mount Olympus.
Mount Olympus, nice.
And Vesuvius with
I'm really not. I'm such a history nut that I'm not complaining about any historical anything. One of the coolest things, the two coolest things for me in both these games, the first one and the second one. So, in the first one in ancient Egypt was it's a toss up between the Library of Alexandria and the pyramids, but that I don't know about going there because you can't really. You know, I'd be more interested in going to, like you guys went to see, like the Montezuma's castle and
Oh, yeah, okay.
Tenochtitlan and stuff. But in this one, it was seeing the gates of Thermopylae, the pass at Thermopylae.
Wow.
You actually there's a part where you have to go there, and you're in Delphi, which is the city on the inside of the pass. And you have to actually go through the secret like cave entrance that the Persians, that the trader, the Greek trader told the Persians about, so they could circle around behind and ambush the 300 Spartans. It's really, yeah, it's really intense. But it was just so cool because. Man, I heard that story first in grade school. I was told that story. We had this guy who was like he was a librarian, but he would come in and tell these super detailed, amazing stories and bring props and stuff in. He told the story of the Alamo. He told the crossing of the Delaware. He told the pass to Thermopylae. He told.
I remember you were impressed by this guy.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a huge part of.
Why you like history?
It's gotta be because it was so formative.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, thanks for taking the time to show me that. I like what the
Yeah, man.
Plus, I got to see what a pain in the ass it too, so.
Right. YouTube, yeah,
I really want to go and sign up for it.
for sure. Well, I will. I'll let you go. You know, we can do it again sometime. But yeah, you take care of yourself.
I'm trying to, too.
Thanks, man.
Call anytime.
We'll do. Yeah, we'll do. We'll talk this weekend, maybe.
And call your grandmother.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to.
Alright. Talk to you later.
Tell Jeanette I said hi.
Alright.
All right, love you. See ya.
Bye now.
Bye.
You talk to him like he's your friend.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, he is. He's my friend. We basically decided that, I don't know, my dad, his dad's like really controlling and doesn't.
So you couldn't really talk to us about shit like
Oh, I don't know about my grandpa towards my dad. I know that he broke a ping pong paddle over my dad when he was a kid and stuff. These things are fucking thick. Like, I've thought about that before. That would be a motherfucker. My dad was the oldest, and I don't know. He just got a lot of shit. And my grandpa was. I don't know all the shit that goes into it, but like my dad doesn't like fucking hate 70s music because I think because my grandpa fucking loves it. It's like all he listens to. You can't even listen to it. My dad can't. And he was determined not to have that kind of relationship with his son. And so, after about 12 or 13, before then, my dad and I butted heads a lot. But about 12 or 13, we kind of, he fucking took a chill pill. And we've been like best buds ever since. And he has always treated me, for the most part, in a lot of ways, just like a friend, like a grown-up. like another, like when talking to me about important stuff, or, you know, I never felt really like talked down to by my dad at all, like condescendingly in any way. Anyway, but then when I actually grew up, like turned 18, you know, went to college, all that stuff, like, it wasn't a light switch just flipped, but we started even younger than that, at maybe 16, like, him starting to treat me like an adult, you know, starting to well, yeah, respecting the decisions, you know, not doing me the courtesy of not, the courtesy of not trying to, of not talking to me like a child, like, talking to me like like, for example, like, my mom and I butted heads a lot because I was staying out at friends' houses and stuff like that. But it was like, you know, I mean, to an extent, you don't want your kid to run away, but as long as I always checked in, I pretty much always told them where I was staying, but I just might not come home for like 3 days. But they'd know I was at so-and-so's house. My mom would lose her shit, and, you know, my dad was just like, be safe, you know, let me know if you need me. Yeah, I mean, but not like that, like you would say to some dumbass kid, like, look, man, you are in a good place right now in that you aren't tied down or attached to anything. You know, you have the world ahead of you. Anywhere you can go, anywhere you want. Nothing will stop that. Nothing will make that, you know, go away faster than getting somebody pregnant. That's how he told it to me, and that makes you fucking listen, as opposed to, whatever, Mom, whatever, Dad. You know, I'll do what I want. That makes you, like, think about it. Because they're not just trying to say, because I said so. I pretty much never got because I said so. I never accepted because I said so. I never accepted that.
They say it would be well
You're the
defended.
child and I'm the parent.
That's at least a fucking reason. You know? I always I was super stubborn as a kid, like really fucking stubborn. My parents thought, like, tried to get me to eat whatever vegetable and said I couldn't leave the table. And I was still there at noon the next day. Hadn't eaten it. Yeah, I was a little shit. I was a giant shit, actually. But anyway, the point is just that my dad, especially now that I'm much more grown, you know, been in my adult years for a lot longer. My dad and I talk much more like peers. We hang out, especially since we started smoking weed together. We talk much more like friends. My dad is, like I said, he's outgoing and likes to go out and socialize and stuff like that, but he's never had like a lot of close friends, like really close friends. Or if he does, it's like he has this like seasonal thing, like the best man at his wedding. Like they were best friends for like 5 years, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody moved, or I think a big part of it was that my dad used to drink a lot more, And around when, I'm trying to think when specifically, the last couple of years at work, so like the last 5 to 6 years, he really cut back. Part of it was health. He has like these allergies, and one of them is a gluten allergy. It's a wheat allergy. Yeah, I think it's wheat and not gluten. I know that gluten is in wheat, but it's not just gluten, it's wheat in general. So he can have some like triple distilled alcohol, but he can't have beer, or his head is pounding, and you know, for like the next day and stuff. Anyway, so stopped drinking a lot, and so a lot of his friends and him just weren't hanging out as much anymore because of that. But yeah, I definitely rely a lot on my dad for advice, for just being there. I mean, he's one of, if not the first person I go to when I like really need, you know, advice or yeah. Yeah.
Did you tell him about your sister's problem?
My what?
Your sister's problem?
Oh, I haven't given him an update yet, no. He knows
These
about the
statues
whole
are incredible.
situation back
The
then.
sculptors truly are masters of their craft.
And he knows that I, was seeing Kirsty again, but I haven't given him an update about that. It was their anniversary on the 3rd, so that's a week and a half ago-ish. And it had been like a week before that since I talked to him. So it's pretty much been in the last 3 weeks that all that's happened, so. It feels like anyway, I don't know, it might be longer. Everything fucking runs together. Alright.
Got it. Let's see. I don't know if
And my mom's selling her all the living room set, the couch, the love seat, the recliner, and the side table. You can look at it tonight when you come over if you want. I don't know if you need it or like
Why?
know anybody that. Why is she getting rid of it? Because
getting rid of it or selling?
selling it. She wants to sell it. I was gonna ask if you knew anybody that needs it or wants it, would want it. No.
I really don't know too much people, so.
Yeah. I just thought maybe family or something.
Well, everybody that's like moved out has like all their furniture and shit already.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's good stuff. It's just, I guess it's too big for the place. My mom doesn't like how much room it takes up for her living room. Yeah, so she wants to get some new stuff, so I'm putting it on OfferUp. And hopefully gonna get somebody to buy it. Hopefully it won't be too much of a pain in the fucking ass. But we'll see. Okay. Good.
Trash that. It's been 30 minutes now. And it's gonna take me time to get back and fucking have 2 haircuts to finish.
Just put this back.
Oh no, I'll take that one.
Oh, I got you.
The other stuff if you could.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Alright, bye. I will see you after work.
Alright. See you later.
Bye.
You don't have to lock the door.
Cassandra, it's you! Phoebe! You said you weren't coming back to Kefalonia, so I decided to leave too.
I said I wouldn't be coming back. But I don't remember saying you should leave.
Well, here I am.
How did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Phoebe...
I needed a drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
I just can't believe you made it.
I don't remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So you somehow work here? For Pericles?
No, for Aspasia.
How is it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky. I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. We don't want to scare people in there.
Well... I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't! Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
I'll get changed. Promise you'll take care of my things?
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
I feel uncomfortable in this.
Now you look like everyone else.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye. You just got here. You can't leave already.
Pretty please tell me we get to keep this.